Previously on Vagabonds. Immediately you are met by somebody named Tracy Bryant. I am currently trying to escape from a Uranian police patrol.
Remember that time I said we could never go back to Uranus for a while?
Nobody ever said that we made good decisions. I think so far the whole conceit of this has been that none of us make good decisions.
As you do hear Arinithes say to Pixel, basically extend an invitation to stay and join the collective.
Oh boy.
Welcome back to The Role Less Taken. I am your MC, Graham, and I am joined once again by three speed children.
Children? I take offense to that.
What?
Well, actually, that's true. I guess we are kind of in the lead. I'm Mike, and I play Bo.
I'm Perry, and I play Jane. Guys, I forgot my character's name for a second. Did you hear me? Did you hear me in the middle of the sentence, like, extending it a little bit, being like, what's my character's name?
What do I call myself? Yeah. What do I call myself?
I was going to call you guys...
Adara.
I was going to call you all speed boys, but that isn't applicable necessarily to most of the podcast. Or most of the three of you.
I wouldn't be offended.
That's fair. You can be speed boys if you'd like.
I can be a speed boy anytime I want.
Yay!
I definitely confused the plot of Solo with the plot of what happened last time.
So before we dove right back in, I did want to talk a little bit about how you guys met Pixel. You guys being Bo and Io, seeing as we've already kind of seen where Jane met Pixel.
Bo, can you explain the story in your Bo voice?
Ooh, man, I haven't done it in a while.
Gotta get the character!
We'll cut that out.
No, that's fine. We can leave it in. So once upon a time, we used to work for this crew. And that's actually how I met Io. And what happened was, you know, they were an okay crew as far as, you know, mercenaries go. Lots of killing, lots of stealing, all the good times you could ask for. Problem is, and I try to refrain from this activity these days. We got to drinking one night, and that's when we really started to bond, you know. But I don't really back down from a challenge when I'm sober, and when I'm drunk, it gets even worse. So when I was like, oh, I bet you won't steal that ship, because that's what she sounds like in my head, I was like, I'll totally fucking steal that ship. You kidding me? I want a ship. You want a ship? I'll fucking steal that ship. And then we stole the ship. The end.
The ship being the ship that is now known as the Vagabond.
Yeah, it had a different name back
aboard.
then. It was, God, I can't remember the original owner's name. It was very Japanese.
Her name was Akatsuki Hoelic.
That's the one.
And the ship was called the Red Maple back then.
And we may or may not have stolen it from our boss. Who's to say, really?
We stole it.
I'm just, like, in my head picturing you guys telling, like, somebody who doesn't give a shit. I'm just haven't decided who on the planet. It's just one of the random passing AIs.
That Uranian person that we picked up.
Yeah. He's just like, okay, great, could you hand me the wrench?
While I'm eating a hamburger and, like, spraying him with food particles.
I'm picturing you guys like in an alley like Blade Runner style with like those like noodle shops where you like just stand there and like lean against the bar and just like eat noodles and you're just like talking to the noodle guy.
Just freely sharing the story of how we stole our intergalactic spaceship.
He doesn't understand a word we're saying.
I mean, he's just staring at you.
So after telling your story to some random passerby, we return to the moment when Orinathes asked Pixel about joining the collective and staying on Sedna.
Are we present for that? Like, are all of us there?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the way AIs usually communicate is telepathically. So basically, since you guys have landed, all of the AIs have probably been like sort of chatting back and forth with Pixel. So like, even though you don't necessarily know what they said, that's why they kind of got the invitation. I was assuming you guys were kind of like on the ship, maybe on the dock with the, or like in the cargo bay with the doors open, kind of like hanging around in or near the dock for the last couple hours.
Yeah, I was hanging out just because I don't completely trust the gentleman who has agreed to tune up the ship.
What are sort of the terms of the arrangement with Pixel? Because if you stole the ship, you were either kidnapping or trying to convince Pixel to join you on this wacky adventure.
So, we basically ended up giving Pixel more autonomy. Pixel was pretty much just used as a navigation bot, which we still use them as a navigation bot, but we also bought them a casing, and we do basically consider them a part of the crew. Like, we give them a share of our funds. Profit, yeah, that's a better word. We give them a share of our profit, and we ask their opinion on matters that we take on. And we also basically just treat Pixel as another being rather than a tool. And that is a big reason that we were able to convince them to allow us to Shanghai the ship.
All right. So Pixel kind of like looks at you guys and kind of looks at Orinathes for a minute and just kind of goes, I think I need to speak to my crew about that. And then kind of starts walking back towards the ship. Pixel sort of pings you guys on comms and says, please see me in the mess hall when you have an opportunity.
Did Dr. Parsnip do something again?
No.
Okay. I'm going to head to the mess hall.
I think you did hear the conversation, so you do know
Oh.
that this invitation is pending.
Gotcha.
So Pixel kind of is sort of standing at the sort of head of the table and just kind of goes, so I have been invited to stay and join the collective.
I mean, is that something you really want to do, Pixel?
Perhaps someday.
But not today? And Io gives finger guns in Pixel's direction.
After a couple of moments, Pixel just kind of goes, yes, not today. I just didn't really know how to politely say that to them.
Yeah, I mean, you can use us as scapegoats, I don't mind. Because here's the thing, I gotta be honest with you, none of us know how to fly the ship.
Hey, speak for yourself, Bo.
I'm pretty sure you're wanted by several authorities for flying the ship on a planet where you took out some property.
You don't know a thing about me.
I can fly the
But
ship, but I think Pixel should stay anyway. How will I read
mean,
all my
Pixel.
books?
Pixel, just level with them. Say your mean, nasty humans won't let you go.
I was probably going to say that I needed to look after my idiot children.
I mean,
I find
I guess
that
that's
acceptable.
Want me to scare him off? I can just scare him off.
That will not be necessary, but thank you, Jane.
Jane, you don't need to do any scaring to anyone.
Is this like an open invitation? Are you going to be able to come back in 40 to 50 years and be like, I'm good to go now?
I imagine so. I was mostly fishing for compliments, if I'm honest.
Oh, your casing is very shiny today.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
you're,
don't
like,
concentrate on the
exceptionally
physical.
shiny.
Come on, that is so insulting for an AI.
But we bought him the casing.
I mean, Pixel, when it's rumored that I took out that statue of Father Sky, you helped me get out of a sticky situation, and I appreciate that.
This is true. And you probably still owe me some credits for that.
I don't know what you're talking about. You get an allowance.
All right. Well, I will inform them of our departure. And Pixel kind of just walks out.
Is that guy still in the engine room? He's gone, right?
Yeah, he kind of like finished up and left as you guys were heading up to the thing. Thank you again for taking him out of the system, and said that he'd sort of find his own way from here on out. You guys are now taking off on the ship, unless there was anything else you wanted to do before you left Sedna.
The less time I spend with robots, the better.
Except for one, of course.
Of course, one that holds a special place in my heart.
There's always room for one robot on a ship.
Only one.
Only one.
Let's get your first roll. So this was a stones roll for the engines, a flames roll for the nav, and a gales roll for the perception, for the navigating through and making sure you don't crash into stuff.
Okay, I assume we still want to take on the same roles as last time, guys?
Which one was I doing? Gales or flames?
You were doing navigation because you're an expert at navigation, I think.
Yes.
Why was there a question?
said-
Why did
So,
you turn that into a
flames.
question?
Graham said navigation twice though, so which one it was Gales and which one was flames?
Navigation is flames.
Oh, flames was the navigation, and like perception so you don't crash into stuff was the gales.
Okay. Did I get an extra dice for my navigator
Yes.
thing? Okay.
And I had one because of my focus suit, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And do I get an extra bonus die because what's-his-face tuned up our engine as well?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'm rolling 5 now.
Ooh.
I got
Ooh.
one flame and a weave.
I got a whole lot of Brooks.
Awesome.
Okay, that's not going to help you much.
Guys, it's totally clear. Don't worry about that bard. We're flying straight for.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes, that's a total of 4?
That's not good, guys.
Nope. Listen, I was rolling hot last time. Now you guys need to pick up the slack.
I'm pretty sure I rolled
I'm
like
pretty
garbage.
sure
I
had
was
some-
carrying you
I had
guys.
some good rolls last time. I also had some poopy rolls, but it happens.
Jane used the planet internet of wherever we just were to download the 2112 album, and now she's blasting it in the cabin.
So as you guys are taking off from Sedna, you get a message ping from the Pack Rat, which is the ship run by the merchant Todd Gonzalez.
Did we meet Todd?
You did at the party, but you didn't really talk to him. But you guys
Okay.
were sort of at the party briefly.
Okay. I will accept the message from Todd Gonzalez.
All right. So you see the man. He's kind of dressed in trade guild attire, but it's sort of lower level. It's sort of a little more plain than the way you saw what's his head, Hargan Dane dressed. And he just kind of.
You're the best DM ever.
I know, right? It's been 5 minutes, and I've already forgotten all of the NPCs' names. So Todd kind of, as soon as you answer, he just goes, "Hey, is this the Vagabond? Great. Listen, got a proposition for you."
Hi, you seem shady.
Oh boy.
I pick up. So I pick up, but the first thing he hears is "We are the priests of the temples of Syrinx," and then I turn it down. You seem shady.
I get that a lot. It's kind of goes with the territory.
It's your
I
accent.
think it's just his face.
Yeah, maybe both.
Step out of the shade.
So,
Sorry.
listen.
That was a really terrible joke. Let's cut that out.
So, listen, I'm attaching a contract. It's a standard mutual back scratching arrangement. Feel free to look it over. I'm thinking if you guys help me win this thing, I'll chip in 10K to you guys. Work together. You clear the road for me. I'll help keep that Moloch guy off your backs, because I noticed he seems to be really out for you. I kickstart my business, and you guys get paid. Win-win, right? What do you think?
I would like 3 character references. Can you provide 3 character references as to your character, which seems awful shady to me?
Jane, just hang up the call.
Yeah. All right,
Let's
hold
just
on.
ignore this guy.
Oh, okay. We'll call you back. Click. Nice. Hang up.
Hey, Pixel, can you block all incoming messages from Mr. Todd Gonzalez?
Yes, I
Did
can.
we just get spammed? Was that spam?
I think he thought that we were suckers.
Oh.
You can look over the contract that he did send.
I would like to pick up the contract and save it for later to put in Dr. Parsnip's litter box.
It is digital.
Oh, I'm going to go through the trouble of printing it to put it in Dr. Parsnip's litter box.
Boop.
Fair enough.
Computers in a house.
Gene, can you, put headphones in or something? No? Okay.
Damn it. Damn it.
Great.
So as you guys kind of fly away, you do get a text message again from Todd, who just kind of goes, "Listen, I will sweeten the pot, free of charge off the books. I will find out if I can find out who put Moloch on your backs." Kinda,
Character
keeps going on.
references poop emoji.
Io kind of pushes Jane out of the way and responds with, "Malik is not a concern," and then proceeds to, I don't know if you guys ever took in typing class where you would make the picture out of the characters.
Oh, ASCII, of course.
Yeah. So I'm doing that, but it's a middle finger, and I'm sending that to him.
I've seen that before.
Hey, I'm gonna jump on the comms too, because Bo, you're in the engine room or the. You're
Yeah.
not with us.
I'm in the engine room, correct.
Okay. So, Bo, we have Mr. Todd Gonzalez, and he wants us to let him win the race if we clear the way for him. He'll give us money, yeah.
No.
I just wanted to let you know we gave him a giant FU.
Oh,
so...
perfect.
Alright, good. As long as we're on the same page.
That's basically what I was gonna tell you to say if you hadn't done already, but I trust your judgment. Mostly.
Thanks, pal. That
Yeah.
means a lot, I think.
Wow, this is some straight up ancient Greece hero style hubris we got going on.
I mean, it is the second half of the race, so
We've been
I think
doing
competition
well.
is going to heat up.
And that guy was giving us a miser's deal. How much are we supposed to win for winning the race?
We get a pass, right?
Yeah, gate pass.
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
Which aren't available. So, he's like, I'll just give you 10K credits. No, fuck
You
that.
let me win.
Yeah.
Get all the glory.
Hell no.
You did also have a ping that you sort of noticed on the way in, on the radar that you can investigate on your way past, and you can also do your social bonus.
Would we be going out of our way if we checked on the ping, or is it more like a system thing?
It was in the the Kuiper Belt, which is where you guys are right now. It is not too far out of your way.
I mean, I'm in favor of checking it out. It's been beneficial to us so far. Anyone disagree.
I'm okay with it. I think it might be to our advantage. It might also be to our disadvantage. I don't fucking know.
That's very true. Could be a trap. Could be something positive. Could be puppies and unicorns.
But
I hope it's puppies.
am a very curious person.
Alright, so we are going to head out and check on that, see what it's all about.
All right. So you guys, as you approach this ping, you start to see a small. It is a small ship. It is, according to your sensors, uninhabited, abandoned. It is not like a standard design. Pixel points out that there is something funky about the drive that they can't quite put their finger on.
Pixel, what have you been able to gather about the drive?
The ship appears to come from Triton and has experimental registration.
And for us layman, Pixel, what does that mean?
It is a ship that they are trying to sell, possibly with better technology than the current. It is from their R&D department.
So it's like a prototype? Maybe?
Yes. That is what it appears to be.
I mean, we can stick a pin in this one and always come back.
Is there a way to tell if it, excuse me, if it's been like a system-wide ping? Like, was it sent directly to us, or is everyone able to see it?
It's something that you guys, like, it hasn't sent a message out. You guys saw it.
We
Okay.
specifically saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sort of caught your eye. And the Kuiper Belt is a very large place, so it's entirely possible this is a needle in a haystack, but it's also possible someone could come along and pick it up. It is not too far from Sedna, but Sedna also, like, you know, it's not like a lot of people are coming and going from Sedna because it is mostly robots.
Can we, like, tow it?
In a race?
Yeah.
I was thinking more like, is there a way we could just like scoop it up? Like we fly by backwards with the cargo bay open and it just slides right in. I don't know.
It's a spaceship
I would
the
need you
size
guys
of
to
an
make a
ice
roll
cream
for that.
truck. Oh, what roll?
I would say you need an agility roll.
Is that Gale?
That is Gale's.
I mean, I'll roll for it
Do it.
and hope we don't mess it up.
Do it.
Alright, let's do this.
Do it.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes? Alright, so it does actually, I'm going to say it slows you guys down a little bit. So on the next, I'll say you guys get a, one of you guys, or I think you get -1 on the engine check next time around. But you do eventually manage to scoop it up. It occupies most of your cargo bay, but it does fit.
Cool.
And you guys continue on your way.
And then we can figure out what to do with it.
As we
Right.
continue, can I take like a quick? I want to go down like to the cargo bay and use my Nurgle entropy detector to see if I detect any dead people.
Alright, there is 1 dead people.
All right, I go back up to the cockpit. We got a corpse on board. We're on the train to Bangkok.
I don't think that's our destination, but okay, Jane.
Thailand Express.
I will. At this point in history, though, like Bangkok, the concept of the location Bangkok is probably so esoteric that that is basically
That's
gibberish.
just
It's a
complete
deep cut.
garbage to you.
It probably only means something to Jane because she's studied
I
it.
say Thailand, and you picture like a land that makes ties.
I don't even know what a tie is.
All right. So, did you guys want to do a social check?
Can interaction with Dr. Parsnip be a social check?
How is Dr. Parsnip going to help you in the race?
By giving me reassuring head pets. No, I mean, I would pet him. He would headbutt me. Or she would headbutt me. Fine, whatever. Whatever, Graham. Your silence is enough for me.
Fair enough. You guys said I was the nice stepdad. I'm trying to be a meaner DM.
Yeah, it changed.
No more ice cream for you guys.
You're not my real dad.
Are there any other ships around us, like any of the participating race ships?
I figure, like, you guys are basically at a point where you're able to find them. You guys are going to cross into the next sector between the Peregrine and the Pinjandrum and the Pack Rat.
Which one is the pirate's ship?
That is the
The
Revenge.
So we're not near that.
He and the Racer Dude in the Macro Sprinter are tied for first. The Pinjandrum and Peregrine are tied for third and fourth.
Is he too far away for us to open a channel?
No.
So I can open a channel?
Yes.
I would like to open a channel and turn up the volume
Alright.
all the way. And I would like to pump the song The Twilight Zone, which is the height of Geddy Lee's obnoxious falsetto, and I do love Geddy Lee's obnoxious falsetto, as loud as possible into his ship in an effort to distract him and annoy him.
And his crew.
And his crew. Can
I will
do
say
that?
you can make a Brooks check, and based on that will determine what the outcome is.
A Brooks check? I got a Weave and a Brooks.
That does actually kind of like distract him, and he kind of like they sort of slow the ship down, trying to figure out where the signal is coming from, and like being a little bit confused. So yeah, on their next speed roll, they're going to get a minus
can I
one.
spoof the like signal it's coming from so it looks like it's coming from like his mother or something? I guess I wouldn't have that information. Never mind. That would be hilarious.
You probably wouldn't have it coming from the mother, but you could probably spoof it so it appears to be coming anonymously.
Okay, I'll do that.
Can it be coming from Todd Gonzalez?
Yeah!
Yeah!
I said that really
Please
loud.
and thank
My
you.
neighbors probably heard that. Let's do that.
I will say you need to. With the two thing, you managed to convince Pixel to help you out, and Pixel routes it with the like sending codes from Gonzalez's ship. So the Revenge gets a little bit turned around, trying to like figure out where the source of the noise is, and they might attack somebody other than you next time.
Guys,
around.
for all we
Delightful.
knew, Todd Gonzalez was a totally straight up dude with a shady accent, and we just totally chucked him right under the proverbial bus.
Listen, he gave us a crappy deal.
Also, his accent is very similar to Bo's, so I find that insulting.
He deserved it.
I think that's got more
Hey,
to
maybe-
do with the
maybe
fact
in
that
another
none
life.
of us are voice actors, and less to do with any actual statement anybody is making.
I have just rolled for the other people. So yeah, make your inter-system roll.
Oh, hot dicks. I got one.
That sounds like you had an awesome roll.
I got one.
It's better than
That
none.
looks-
I also got one.
Fuck. Guys, we're gonna lose.
I got 2 this time.
all right, so that's a total of 4, which actually doesn't change the standings much. So as you guys are coming into the Tritonian airspace, you are a little bit ahead, actually, of the Peregrine and the Panjandrum that were tied for third and fourth. So you guys have managed to squeak into third.
Cool.
You are right behind the Macro Sprinter, piloted by Raoul Chamberlain, and Moloch is actually in the lead at the moment.
Moloch is in the lead, even though I fucked up his shit.
Apparently
With Geddy
they...
They're better than that.
Nobody's better
Apparently
than
they
Geddy Lee.
Actually, it's more that the others, did not roll so great.
Oh, okay. We all rolled shit, so that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. And as you enter the system, you do get the same pop-up ad that you got last time about a FTL tug that will take you to the...
Sorry.
That's right, it was the Tritonian Fast Tug, which we decided did sound like a sex act.
Still does.
Still does.
Still does. That is, like, basically half the price of gate travel. And don't forget, you guys are now back in the system, so you can use gate travel if you would like.
Did we
on your next roll.
use it last time? I can't remember.
We did, I think, one time.
No, we didn't use it at all because we were.
Oh, that's right.
We were told that the gates have been acting wonky.
No,
so
no,
we
not the
didn't wanna-
gate travel. The tow.
The fast
did
tug?
we? Yeah.
Oh,
Did
no.
we use that? Okay, I couldn't remember. We did use an experimental.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Gate.
like
Yeah.
a gate
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I still don't trust
Anybody.
the pop up.
Me either.
Pixel's, like, internal security is the only reason you aren't getting, like, a virus right now from it. It would be, like, a pretty benign virus that mostly, you know, serves you more ad content.
Oh, balls. Hold on. I go downstairs. Well, actually, I don't know if there are stairs between the cockpit and the cargo bay. I go into the cargo bay,
Mm-hmm.
and I go up to the door. We're pretty sure that it's not, like, toxic air in there, right?
I don't think any of you checked before you brought it on board.
Hey, Pixel.
Yes.
Can you run a scan to make sure the air inside of this ship is breathable and not, like, carrying any kind of poison or contagion or spore?
Pixel sort of takes a moment and then comes back and says, "There do not appear to be any contagions in the air in there."
Okay, what about the other
It
two things?
does appear-
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Interrupt us.
I was going to say, it does appear to have an elevated radiation, but not to fatal limits. Elevated level of radiation, I should say.
What about not nice limits? What about like? Here, let me ask you a question, Pixel. If you went in there, would you be fine?
I would be fine.
Word. Okay, so what if Io or Bo walked in there? Would they be fine?
They would be fine for a limited period of time.
Alright, how much time? Are we talking like Temples of Syrinx? Are we talking like Fly By Night? What are we talking about? Google it, motherfuckers.
Oh man.
Pixel sort of takes a moment and says, probably between 5 and 15 minutes at the most.
Great, I kicked the door down.
It is actually just a cockpit, so you just, like, kick the cockpit open, I guess.
Oh, okay.
You better be able to shut that door when you're done.
Oh, I opened the door?
It's a pretty...
like a normal person.
This is like an old
It is
school
a-
text adventure game. Open door.
Go west. You were eaten by a grue.
Okay, so I like, what I do is I open the door and I like jump in and then shut it real quick behind me.
Alright. It is sort of like a fairly large... I mean, its design is kind of like a fighter ship, and the cockpit is, large enough that two people could conceivably stand, but it is basically like just a dead body in the like chair,
What kind of condition is it in?
and enough room to basically walk around. Sorry.
What kind of condition is the body in?
It looks a little bit torn up, and the person looks kind of ill. Dead, obviously, but like it looks like they were ill before they died.
Do I see any
From
kind of
radiation poisoning.
Do I see any kind of ship log?
There is a black box on every ship.
Oh
so-
god, it hurts so much. Oh god, blarg.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Drums in the deep.
All right, so I take the black box. Does it look like it's intact?
Yes.
Okay, how long do I think this person's been dead for?
It is hard to say.
All right, I'll come
Given
back.
the, like,
So I walk
condition
out
of the body?
and I shut the thing, and I'm like, "Hey, Pixel, I got the black box. Can we see what's on it?
Pixel takes it into like one of the access tunnels for their casing and kind of disappears for a minute, and then plays or it doesn't play, just sort of contacts you on the comms and says, "It appears there was an incident with the drive, radiation leakage, and some sort of inertial tearing."
What does that mean?
Well,
excuse me while I Google inertial tearing.
well, considering it's something I just made up, I'm not sure it's a real
I'm gonna see
thing.
what Google...
Can we all hear this conversation?
I think it is just between Jane and Pixel.
Okay.
Unless, did you want them to find out, or are you sort of keeping it on the DL at the moment?
DL for now. I was gonna update them as soon as I figure it out.
Okay. So Pixel kind of explains that basically the ship's artificial gravity kind of, got messed up by the drive, and the person who was flying basically, wound up getting torn a little bit in half.
Sweet.
They're I don't know. It was weird. It's hard. There are physics involved that I don't understand because I'm not a physicist. Yes.
All right.
That's the explanation I'm going with.
Is the ship irradiating our ship, or is the radiation contained within?
It appears to have been shielded enough that it is not leaking onto the ship.
Great, I'll deal with this later. I go back to the cockpit. So I return and I explain the situation with the black box and the dead people. Listen, there's a dead guy, and I looked at the black box, and something went wrong with the drive, and he got a little bit torn to shreds, and now he's dead. But I think we should finish the race before we do anything about it, because I don't really feel like dealing with it right now.
What went wrong with the drive, Jane?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm not a fucking... I don't know. Who would know about a drive?
But Jane, I imagine I imagine you got some information. What happened? What, is there anything you can tell me about it?
Something happened with the artificial gravity on the ship.
Are we in danger?
Don't go in the ship.
Why can't we go in the ship, Jane?
There's some radiation.
Why is the ship still on our ship, Jane?
Ah! What? We made a collective decision to pick it up. What did you... I can't open the bay doors with me standing there and kick it out the door like a soccer ball. It's the size of an ice cream truck.
I'm just going to interrupt you here, Jane.
Yeah?
Pixel, is there anything we can do to get rid of this?
No, there might be shit. I didn't check the rest of the ship. What if it's important? I have shit to do before... hold on. I go back down to the fucking cargo bay.
Alright.
Pixel, while she's on the ship, can we get rid of it?
I turn around in the hallway.
Veto.
And I stick my head back into the cockpit, and I'm like, whatever happens next is your fault. And then I leave again. And then I go down. I go down to the cargo bay. And I don't go...
Oh, God.
I go into the ship and into the cockpit where all the dead mess is. And I sit down, and I relax my face and my shoulders, and I let my eyes roll back into the top of my head. This is your fault.
Do we happen to have, suits on the ship that,
radiation suits?
Like biohazard suits? That,
I think you
would
guys
reflect that sort of thing?
I think you guys have got basically a space suit, a suit that you can wear out in the cold vacuum of space, which is going to have a moderate amount of radiation shielding.
Mm-hmm.
I take a deep breath, and I look for the dead thing.
Mm-hmm. The dead person?
I look for the ghost.
So the dead person, how does the, power work? Do you, speak to a ghost that sort of appears next to the body? Or are you, does the corpse sort of reanimate in a vision in your head?
I'm pretty sure the corpse
what does it look like for Jane?
Reanimate anything. Let me read what the fucking thing says.
I'm saying, Like, if somebody were watching you, they wouldn't see.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I would probably. I just have been envisioning it like it's like literally like the Ghost Whisperer. Except like, you know, grosser.
All right.
Like a really gross version
So, yeah,
of
the
Ghost
ghost-
Whisperer.
The ghost kind of like sort of appears next to it and just kind of goes, What? Huh? Whew. Where am I?
You're on a ship. Do you need to go somewhere? Or settle any business? You're dead.
Oh. It goes just kind of like looking around and kind of like absorbing the environment it's in, and it just kind of goes, I don't think so. Can you tell my family that I love them or something?
Jesus. What's your name?
So yes, my name is Truck Shepherd, says the ghost.
Alright.
I am a test pilot.
Ow. Hold on. I just bonked my...
I have radiation poisoning.
I'm melting.
No, I bonked my noodle. On the corner of the thing. Ow. Okay, so his name is Truck Shepherd.
Yes.
Who gets your message?
He sort of thinks for a second and he goes, my brother? His name is Van.
Fucking Christ.
I'm not sure whether I am or am not proud of that.
I saw
I'll be
that. I
honest.
literally saw the shame cross your face, like right after you said that. Like I saw the shame arrive. Okay. So Van Shepherd gets his message.
Yes.
Is there anything I need to know about the ship?
It's experimental. You should probably inform my superiors that it did not work.
Alright, that last one isn't a promise. What do you need to move on?
Just tell my family that I died doing what I love.
Okay.
Which was my job.
Okay. I say it like that. It will be done. Okay, so Jane comes out of the trance. Sort of. But, like, her shoulders still stay a little bit hunched forward. And her head stays a little bit bowed. And she leaves the ship slowly. And she's very quiet as she goes back up to the cockpit.
Okay.
And then she arrives back in the cockpit.
So I assume during that Bo and Io you did not eject the ship from the cockpit.
I never
Walk
got
out
an answer
into
from
the
Pixel.
emptiness of space.
Pixel
I was waiting for a
intentionally ignored
response.
that question. Pixel, like, their casing kind of looked at you and then just left without giving you an answer.
But, like, seriously, can we get rid of the ship?
We are not getting rid of the ship until we can evict the drive from the ship. Because that shit's going to be worth a lot of money.
But it's radioactive.
It's not hurting anyone.
Fine, Bo. We'll keep it.
If we leave
We'll
it
keep it.
in the cargo hold for now, it'll be fine. It's not affecting anything, as far as I know, outside of itself. Did that sentence make sense? I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but
The
you and Jane are dealing with it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
How do you know my name?
I'm not dealing with this nonsense
I don't-
right now.
I cannot deal with this bullshit. We're in the middle of a race. Just do your job.
Navigate. And I point to the screens.
I have no maps.
Alright.
Ugh.
I'm still in the engine room, so, like, you know, I'm just participating in the conversation.
I just turn the music up louder.
Oh, God.
What is this noise?
Alright. So, does anybody want to do any social thing?
I'm still gonna hold on to it.
Okay. You guys can, like, it's one of you can do it every turn.
I know.
So you can do a couple. Okay. So Jane or Bo, do you want to socialize?
I'm thinking. I'm contemplating.
Jane is sitting in the cockpit chair, just like twitching.
Io is actively ignoring it.
Alright, I'm ready to make my rolls, because I haven't thought of my social thing yet.
God damn. 2.
I have 2.
Oh wait, I get one more roll. 2.
So 6 altogether.
Alright, so that puts you behind the macro sprinter, tied for second with the Peregrine. That is the mercenary ship. And behind you is the Panjandrum, the one run by Ray McScriff, the Uranian joyriding girl. Tied for second to last place are the Pack Rat and Revenge, and then the Amaterasu is still bringing up the lead, or the rear. Bringing up the lead. At this point, I'm going to say, as you're crossing into Uranian space, the first thing that happens is the Revenge takes a shot at you.
What
That's
else
not what
is
I
new?
thought you were going to say, but that's okay.
Do I dare ask?
I thought the Popo were going to come after us.
Oh.
Oh man.
They can't pin anything on us.
No, because we helped that other guy escape around here.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We're not building any goodwill up around this planet.
Nope.
Alright, so they
can
have
we try to
taken a
dodge?
shot. Dodge or return fire?
I say dodge.
Alright.
Anyone?
That'll be...
I would probably be the one to return fire, but I'm not, like, at the weapons, so
Is that...
I think dodging makes more sense.
Alright, let's dodge. Do you want me
Alright.
to roll for it?
Yes. That is Gales again.
Gales? Okay. 1.
That is... So he rolled a 1, so I think that actually does count as, like, a narrow hit.
Bullshit.
This is a different pirate than the one we, like, fought that one time, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one from the party that I punched.
Okay.
Yes. Not the one that you turned into the police.
Okay.
Speaking of police,
God damn it.
you do get a, like... I think at first it's just like a message ping for, like, video conference with the police vehicle.
Ignore.
Do you accept the call?
It's too bad that Jane is not Compost Mentos right now. I have a really good idea to how to get us out of it. Fuck.
Hey, Pixel? Do you want to take that call for us? Since you're the most reputable being on the ship?
I was gonna say, Jane, you can make a Brooks roll to see if you get yourself back, unless you want to just stay where you are for now.
Maybe we should do that every time. That would make sense. I got 1.
I'd say that's enough to sort of get your bearings again.
Okay. What is that noise? Oh, we're getting a call. Boop. Hello?
What the fuck?
God damn it, Jane.
So a police officer on the other end, just kind of, she's wearing a helmet and like a uniform, like not showing her face, and just kind of goes, "Is this the Vagabond?"
I look over my shoulder
no.
to where Io is sitting, super obviously, I look over my shoulder, and then I lean more in front of the camera, as if casually, with one arm, above my head, in a posture nobody would ever adopt, and I'm like, "Hey, officer! Hey, this is actually the, boy, my memory, what the fuck did they say? This is, fucking Maple Leaf. What's up, bitches?" I turned the music down, also, I'm being caught at a party.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
What seems to be the officer problem?
Or wait, did we
the
change
officer
the
goes,
name so that they wouldn't know? Why did you guys change the name?
Because it's our ship now.
Oh, okay. So I'm not really lying.
The officer kind of looks down and then looks up and goes, "Can I presume you are the owner of this ship?"
Can you guess who I am based on my face?
Please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up.
The officer kind of looks down at their system and kind of looks up and goes, "You look more like someone else, to be honest."
I sure do. Keep guessing, buddy boy. I quaff my hair, and I try to speak a little bit deeper. I quaff my hair, try to make it look coiffed.
She goes,
You may have heard of me.
She's sort of she kind of taps a few buttons on her console and then kind of looks again and goes, "Are you Esford Cade?"
You got it in one, my good friend, pal, buddy boy. Now listen, I'm in the middle of a race, and you are really slowing me down. So what can I do for you today? Pre-book? Want me to sign it? What do you need?
Point of order, Graham. Is this race legal?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Good question.
It is organized by the Trade Guild. I think some of the kingdoms appreciate it more than others, but it is, there is nothing illegal about it. Except for the attacking each other.
It's someone doesn't get pulled over for speeding and they're like, "Yo, I'm in the middle of a street race, dog." And the cop's like, "Well, shit, now I have to book you for 8 other things."
No, but I will say this is why the revenge sort of they fired at you, but then didn't continue attacking. Is they sort of detected the police coming and kind of moved to get out of the way because they are still a wanted criminal. So yeah, the police officer goes, "I."
Quaff, quaff.
Sort of
quaff,
thinks for a second and kind of goes,
Quaff, quaff, quaff.
Jane, you don't have to say it every time you do it.
Silence!
She kind of sits for a second and goes,
It's my indentured servant.
I don't think I've really got a I don't know, Mr. K. Do you know anything about a ship called the Vagabond? It matches the description of your ship, and recently had a dissident that we were chasing, who they helped it get away. Do you know anything about that?
A ship called the Vagabond. No, I ain't seen any. When I race, I look straight ahead, and unless someone is shooting at me, I'm not paying attention to anything.
Have you been shot at recently? That is technically against the rules of the race, as I understand it.
Tell them yes.
Yes.
Tell them
yes. Yes.
This is all happening in my ear, and I'm looking sideways as I'm hearing it, and I'm like,
the revenge.
Yes, quaff, quaff. Yes, sir. We certainly, ma'am, we certainly have. That there, you can't see me pointing. That there ship over, yeah, what's it called? The Revenge.
The Revenge.
Yeah, that's a nasty pirate character. My voice should be deep.
Yeah,
That's a nasty pirate.
Dread Pirate Malik.
His name is Dread Pirate Malik, and boy, he's been a real pain in my squeater this whole time. If you could clip his wings, that'd be great.
So the officer kind of like types a few more things into their console and kind of looks and goes, looks a little through the helmet. You sort of get a gesture of surprise. I'm gonna say do a Brooks check, but I am not gonna change the difficulty. And basically, if you succeed, they will go after the Revenge, and if you don't, they will just leave you alone.
Oh, fucking... Drop die. I got one weave.
Oh, difficulty was 1, so you have succeeded. So the police officer is kind of like, oh, wow, they are wanted in all 7 kingdoms.
I kind of figured when his name was Dread, that's a pretty bad name to have. I think he gave it to himself. That's really, really just uncool.
What a douchebag.
Quaff, quaff. Quaff, quaff.
The,
I'm starting to sound like an
police officer
exotic
goes-
breed of quail. Quaff, quaff.
like a Pokemon quail.
I'm a quaff.
So the police officer is like, well, thank you for your time, Mr. Cade. I will look into the situation. I loved your book.
Oh, thank you.
And,
Always nice to meet a fan.
Yeah, again, thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just kind of clicks off.
Woo, have a great day. Click, we should get out of here.
Jane,
Yo.
I've never been so proud to refer to you as a member of our crew.
I hate my face. Let's go.
I will say that would count as a social thing if you want to use it.
Against, fuckface McPirate Man? Yeah.
I'm actually just auto gonna give him a strike. Like, you guys kind of see the police cruiser going after him and taking a couple of shots, one of which connects, so he's actually now damaged.
I real quick pull up an album that's not, this is the Rush episode, guys, that's not 2112, and I play a song off of their self-titled album called Friends, and it goes like this: looks like you got no friends! And I spoof it, so it's coming anonymously.
What I was saying is that the compliment that you just paid Jane Io would count as a social thing if you want to do a quick roll to
Oh, we can do that too, that's fine.
see whether it lands.
Yeah, sure. What
To give
what
Jane
is
a
it?
+1.
Brooks?
It would be Brooks, yes.
Okay. 1.
Difficulty's 1. Perfect. So yeah, on your next roll, you can take an additional dice.
Okay.
Jane,
like, when the brace is over, Jane's gonna go back into her bunk and, like, take the teddy bear out of the ball and be like, Teddy, I'm making friends. I think they like me.
Whoa. Pump the brakes.
Yo.
I never said friend.
I know that. Jane doesn't know that.
You are in, like, orbiting Triton, Neptune, which is where the ship came from, the one in your cargo hold. Do you want to send a message, or
No.
Nope.
just keep going?
Nobody
All right.
nope.
Onward and upward. So let's do another set of rolls for...
+1 is plus
everybody.
another dice.
Yeah, plus 1
So
more
I
dice.
get 5 now. 6.
Jeez.
I kept rolling weaves.
Jesus.
I rolled like 4 weaves. So I was rolling for like 1,000 years.
I got a 3.
I got 1.
So what did you get, Io?
Oh, 3.
3. Okay, so that's a total of goddamn 10.
Boy, I really pulled my weight on this one.
Yeah, right? Apparently the power of friendship pulled its weight, because Jane kicked a lot of ass on that roll there. So that is going to be... So you guys pull way ahead of everybody, who didn't even come close. So you are currently in the lead. Behind you is the Macro Sprinter, followed by the Revenge, and then everybody else is tied for last place. And you are now entering the Cronian Republic, the secretive planet of Saturn.
Ooh.
That's apparently the sound of Saturn.
Sound of secrets.
That was a didgeridoo.
It does sound a little bit more like a didgeridoo.
And actually, at this point, you guys, being in the lead, also get attacked by two different ships.
What?
The Macro Sprinter is currently got a lock on you, and so does the Panjandrum. The Revenge is apparently recovering from its attack from the police.
What assholes?
Can I fire back at this point? Like, can I?
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Can
all
I
for
switch
firing.
from the engines to the weapons for, like, I don't know, a round or something?
The way I figure, like, because these are taking place over a couple of, like, a day or so, or a few hours, so, like, you know, basically when you get the lock, you're like, oh shit, and you, like, run over to the guns and start firing those up, and then you can run back to the engines, is kind of how I figure it.
Okay, so we're being fired at by the Revenge and which ship?
Or it's the Macro Sprinter and the Panjandrum, which
Oh, okay.
are the racer dude and the girl from Uranus.
So
She
yeah,
sucks
I'm gonna be
anyway.
like, so I can really only shoot at one of them. I can't. That fucking airhead is firing at us. I didn't think she had it in her. I'm kind of
I
impressed.
say you can basically, we'll take each one, like, separately. Like, you can shoot
Oh,
back.
okay.
You
Cool.
can dodge or shoot at both of them.
Should I shoot at both? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna take a shot at the Macro Sprinter first. I'm gonna mute while I have to type.
And the difficulty is 1, because they...
Cool. I got 2. So hang on. That's a weave. Okay, so that was at the Macro Sprinter.
Yeah, you shoot back. It narrowly avoids you. Their ship is not really designed for, like, attacks. But you sort of train your guns, you fire back, and it actually does more damage than you expect. It looks like, you know, 1 or 2 more solid hits will probably knock them out of the race.
Okay.
And the Panjandrum kind of then comes up behind and starts firing at you.
So before I fire at the Pajandrum, I'm gonna open comms to the Macro Sprinter. Be like, hey, you brought this on yourselves, at-hats. Ass-hats. Wow, my mouth stopped working. At-hats. Woo!
And they're over there like, what's an hat?
Did he just call us at-hats?
I don't know, maybe he's
Anyways.
bored.
Raul just kind of just glowers at you and then focuses back on the racing.
Oh, too bad this wasn't a flames roll. I struck out hard firing at the Pajandrum.
Actually, I forgot to roll. They got 2 strikes as well, so...
Bullets
trying to
bounce
decide
off
whether that-
each other and like direct back at the original ships.
Yeah, we fire at each other and
Ricochet.
like, they both hit each other in the middle of space, and then both of them fire off and hit the Macro Sprinter and kill them.
You
The
don't
laser
cross the stream.
beams bounce off each other.
And now I want
Yes.
some
No, I think you
burger.
guys basically, you both hit each other at that point.
Okay, I accept that.
But, like, not through skill, just basically sort of by chance.
Dumb luck.
Yeah, sheer dumb luck, you both connect. And so both ships take damage. You guys are at 2 strikes out of 4. Their ship appears to be in sort of similar condition to yours, like a little bit damaged.
How long does it take for the repair droid to kick in?
I think you guys can use it. I think basically once per kingdom, and you have to make a
Okay.
flames roll to see if it lands, see if it figures its shit out.
Okay. So not yet. Hey, Bo, don't you come from one of the moons there?
Saturn? No.
Oh, never mind.
Why? I mean, you think You remember which moon I come from. It's your name.
I was just testing you.
On my own history.
I love you.
Oh, that's weird.
You guys have such a great relationship.
No one asked you, Jane.
I'm so jealous.
Go talk to your teddy bear.
Oh, I will.
Oh,
No, it's okay.
that was mean.
You don't need to be sad. My teddy bear loves me.
That's fair.
She says talking directly to God, I guess.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that too. You just heard this sad sound come over the comms, and you're like, what? Who was that?
All right, so how did you guys roll for going to Jupiter?
We fucking,
I don't know.
fucking didn't yet. Oh, I got 2 strikes! And no successes.
I got 1 success.
3.
I think, like, just because this is just to determine your order, the strikes, I'm not going to count strikes for this, but, like, obviously I will for checks. So you guys are... Wow, the Peregrine, the mercenary ship, did not do great. But you guys are tied for second to last with the Panjandrum and the solar ship, the Amaterasu. And then first place goes to the Macro Sprinter after he shrugged off your attack. He just kind of powered forward. And then the Pack Rat and Revenge are duking it out for second.
Balls.
Can we do a check for the repair drones now?
Yeah.
Okay. Flames?
Yes.
Does anyone want to do that, or should I do it?
I just bombed pretty hard. I don't know if you want me to do it.
None of us have flames as a focus suit, and I don't think I have
Yeah.
anything that would help me.
It is just a difficulty of 1, though.
I'll roll.
Okay.
I'll take it for the team. Hold on. 2.
2. All right. Yeah, you guys managed to repair 1 of your strikes.
Cool.
You guys enter Saturn's space, and we
Thought it
will
was
end
Jupiter.
it there.
Jupiter.
Fuck. You guys leave Saturn's space, you enter Jupiter's space, and we will cut it there and pick it up next time when things are going to get fast and furious. I will
No,
be...
copyright infringement. Shh.
No, I've got The Rock coming on for the next episode.
Oh,
I don't.
dude,
I'm
that'd
lying.
be amazing.
I'm entirely lying, but that would be really cool.
I don't think you could get
Rock the Dwayne
sued
Johnson.
for saying the name. I think that counts.
Of a franchise?
As
I
like
guess.
We're
Yeah.
using the phrase, not the
It's
movie
fair
title.
use.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that's fair use.
It's going to be Fast 8. No.
I think there are actually.
Well, yeah, that one was called The Fate of the Furious,
Yeah,
guys.
that one there,
Oh,
there
right.
were
My
But
bad.
it was stylized F8.
Fate. Anyway, thanks for listening, people who are still listening to this part of the very boring end of the conversation. Okay, bye.
Where we discuss the
Bye.
Fast and the Furious franchise.
Welcome to our Fast and the Furious podcast, fancast.
It's a fan cast. Yes.
Fancast.
Yes, which is why we're allowed to talk about it.
I'm going to end my recording now.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
2.
Bye.
Hey everyone, this is Mike. Just wanted to pop in and say a quick thank you for listening to our podcast. If you would be so kind to check us out on all of our social medias, we'd really appreciate it. You can find us at The Role Less Taken on both Facebook and Instagram. Role is spelled R-O-L-E. And you can also find us on Twitter at Role Less Taken. I also want to thank my friends in the band E57 for the use of their song Stroke, which is off their amazing album, Heavy Seas and Smashing Skies. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Google, probably anywhere you can find music. And on behalf of the rest of my cast members, thanks for listening. See you next week.
And now you know.
Is Pixel going to speak with us, or?
Yeah, you sort of like loaded
Yeah.
a gun and cocked it and then didn't pull the trigger there, my dude.
Nope, that's it. That's the end of the podcast.
Aw.
Series is
Series is over.
over.
That was anticlimactic.
The sun explodes.
Yep.
Friend request pending.
Oh shit, we're gonna leave him on red.
Forever. Just
Aw.
never accept or deny that friend request.
I am an architect. No? What am I?
Take two.
I am an,
Archaeologist?
let me try that again. I am an archaeologist.
You said it with such authority, too.
I know. I was going for I'm a doctor, Jim, but I said the wrong word.
Aw.
Where were we?
Um,
Oh right. I'm
You were
not an
telling
architect.
them about the ship.
It's okay, we can get this.
All right, I'm on YouTube currently. Let me throw some names at you. Dank Tank. Sasquatch Models. Oh, Ben Hartford. Trey Korn. Doper than cereal. All right, I'm done.
Truck Shepherd.
Truck Shepherd.
Truck Shepherd? I like that name a lot.
And also, for the viewers at home, Graham's webcam on my screen has frozen on a look of shock. So it was like 6, and that's it.
And then
I
we
did also
never heard
yawn
from
right
him
after
again.
that.
Like before, your webcam just skipped for a second while you were leaning out of frame, so it literally looked like you vanished into thin air.
Perfect.
Boy, can I just apologize to whoever does the edits for how fucking fidgety I am? Because apparently it all shows up in the audio.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I'm so sorry.
That's why I mute my microphone a lot,
I don't.
because my chair is squeaky.
I don't know how to do that.